Just talking about it all makes me feel better. Sometimes you just gotta vent, you know? Giving my best to the commander. We should probably, talk to the commander, too, to report in this intel. I'll see if anything pops up dialogue-wise if we do that. Should we talk to Brahm real quick, also? Did you meet Henning? Okay, not much of a new dialogue, but sure. They do tell me, again, I've so many times heard that the thing with Trails games is that, apparently at least Trails in the Sky, I don't know how it is in the later parts, like, dialogue with NPCs just updates so constantly whenever there's like a little bit of a development in the plot, like the dialogue will update and the NPCs will talk about new stuff. So if you want to like read every dialogue, you have an insane quest upon you. And also, I'm pretty sure that's why the localization team was going to go nuts with this second chapter. You know, it's a sordid tale. Matt Muscles has a pretty interesting how it happened. Sorry, not how it. What happened about this one? Because it's not the typical like problems that the studio has with the usual what happened trouble productions. It's just a localization team and it's massive hurdles trying to localize this thing. Yeah. Hello again. Were my men helpful? Actually, yeah. Estelle told Pace about the man in sunglasses. So Henning saw a suspicious man. Hard to think he has something to do with the earthquakes, but he sounds suspicious regardless. I'll report this to Commander Laston at least. Please do. Alright, I think we've learned all we can here. Let's return to Killican with one we know. Alright. Okay, so I guess we actually had to drop in and talk to this guy by the sounds of it, because that was an important drop. Let's look at this real quick. Let's see if it mentions. Oh yeah, it does actually say, let's go report to Pace. So, yep, okay. I was just being a diligent guy and went to talk to him anyway. You can't fault me for being a little bit fooled. The dialogue was like, go talk to Killica, so, you know, I imagine some folks will just run off straight there. I don't know if he's connected to the earthquakes, but that suspicious man is really bothering me. I'll have to report him to Laston Fortress. You can handle reporting to the guild, okay? Yeah, let's get on it. A bit of a hike ahead of us, but give us luck, chickens. Wow! Thanks, chicken. Okay. Apparently it pays to chase these hens at times. Oh! Hey, you lot! Interesting. I was actually half wondering, like, you know, it's also routine now. This might be the kind of moment where we get hit with, like, some kind of surprise development cutscene, and lo and behold. Good, I made it in time. Huh? What do you mean, sir? Has something happened? I contacted Laston about what we talked about previously and heard something surprising. I figured it was up to me to let you all know. Surprising what now? Wait, don't tell me. Yeah. What? I'm confused. What is it gonna be? There was just an earthquake at the Sanktheim Gate. Oh, that is actually surprising. Oh my god. What? Hearing this, Estelle's group rushed to the Sanktheim Gate. Oh, thank goodness. I was just thinking about the backtrack and like, it's... a part of me was guilty because it's not that bad of a backtrack if you just avoid all the enemies, but I know I'd be bumping into some enemies on the return trip to Zeiss. You know? Like, it's just like, oh, god darn it, oh, darn it, more enemies, But, okay, now the game decides to be gentle for a bit and just, like, scurry us on for a change. Very kind. Oh yeah, you can tell there's been an earthquake. Look at all those toppled barrels. And all those toppled items. And those toppled halberds. Why are there so many halberds when all you guys use guns, now that I think about it? Anyway, I would say, you know... Okay, I guess it would have been a big ask to have, like, the model, like, the walls crumbled or something, so, I guess we'll just have to make do with random bric-a-brac strewn about,
What the hell is with you fool bracers? Can't you see we're in the middle of cleanup after the earthquake? If you have the nose around, I'd prefer you do it later.
I'm afraid this is our job, sir, cleanup or no. You have my word we won't get in the way. May we ask a few questions of the gate residents?
Tch! If HQ hadn't ordered it, I'd tell you a lot to clear out. I've got some urgent business to take care of. You can get the details from my second-in-command, Warrant Officer Talbot. He's in the storage area over there, cleaning up.
Okay, we'll talk to him. Thanks.
Just make damn sure you don't interfere with any actual work going on here. Now, if you'll excuse me.
that animation just to show him shuffle off. Whoa, it really is kind of bad in here. Do you think we should help out a little? I mean, just to be friendly? I don't know, they were pretty insistent that we don't get involved here, so... yeah, okay, yeah, Sherazard's on my team here, yeah. This is a military facility, Estelle. I'd suggest we simply finish our business and go. There may be secret documents or some such in this mess that the military doesn't want us lonely civilians to see. Oh, yeah, good point, I guess. Still, this is quite a bit more damage than the city of Zeiss earthquake, isn't it? That didn't cause nearly as much of a mess. No, but I still gotta point out, just stuff strewn about? It doesn't seem that bad to me. Like, yeah, I would have expected structural damage, and I didn't really notice anything in that opening cutscene to this area, so,
The ferocity of the quake should be a primary line of inquiry, then. As well as asking about our mystery man.
Yeah, that guy in the sunglasses. Well, first things first. Let's talk to that second-in-command guy. Let's get on it. I'm not sure which room is second-in-command guy, but we'll try to figure it out. Seems like stuff's collapsed all over the guard post. It'll be hard to guard anything until we clean this mess up. Okay. Maybe this room? Oh no, this is the inn, which is in quite the state.
No matter how much I clean and clean, it never ends. I hate it.
Yeah, this is actually real overtime for maids, this mess.
This is a disaster. No way I can keep the business open without cleaning up a little first.
Okay, we're not getting any juicy meals from that chef, I guess. And over here is the inn, which is also out of commission, not out of business.
That sure was a big earthquake. Haven't felt anything like that in a long time. One way or another, I've got some cleaning up to do. Might as well get started.
I don't know if I've already shared this story, but like, I've only been in one earthquake once myself, here in Finland, which is very rare to have earthquakes here. Like, it's kind of like this game, like it's actually kind of a freak occurrence that an earthquake happened here, but it was, of course, again, because earthquakes are rare here, they're also small enough that they're not usually a problem, and this time again, like, as well, this time I did not realize it was an earthquake until afterwards, like, because it was like spring, and there was like the snow melt going on, so at first, like, when that rumble happened, I thought that the snow was like falling off the roof, but I was like, that was really intense. That felt like too much snow. Like, I felt like a little bit weirded out, like, what the... And I was like, could that have been an earthquake? And yeah, I checked the news online, and it mentioned, like, rare earthquake in Finland. Like, huh, well, alright then. But the interesting thing is I've been a couple of times to Japan, and I don't remember ever noticing an earthquake there, even though that is the kind of area where you get those. I'm pretty sure if you live in Japan, you do encounter them at some point, but I don't remember ever noticing one on my trips there. So, like, I must have gotten lucky, or they, again, were so small that I didn't realize what was going on. And really, that's only a good thing, of course. It brings me great joy to say that no one was injured. Every cloud has a silver lining. Sure, I guess. Second in command, Talbot, is that you? Yes, we got it. Warrant Officer Talbot. Oh, crap. This is going to be such a pain to clean up. Dale will have my hide if it isn't done by nightfall, though. Excuse me. Sorry to disturb you. Who? And you are? Estelle and company introduced themselves as bracers and explained they were investigating the earthquake. Ah, I see. Thanks for the concern, even if Dale doesn't share my thanks. So, you want to know what the situation was like when the earthquake happened, right? Yes, and please spare no detail. Understood. The earthquake began at roughly 1300 hours, 2 hours ago. The earthquake lasted around 30 seconds and was strong enough to knock down big piled-up boxes. Wait, so compared to the quake at the Wolf Fort? What made this earthquake different from the one at the Wolf Fort? Lasted longer or the shaking was stronger? I think it's just the shaking, yeah? Yes, that's true. Oh, okay, I completely missed that detail. My bad. But it shook for longer too, I think. And then there was the one which welcomed us to Zeiss. That would, I think, fall in between the other two.
Meaning then that the quakes are getting more powerful each time.
That's, kinda bad, isn't it? The situation does seem to be worsening. Ooh, gets worse enough and Zeiss is going to sink into the ocean. Ooh, that's scary. But these are natural occurrences. I don't see how we could stop them. I don't suppose the Bracer Guild has any ideas. Well, we're not really sure yet, but we're, pursuing a few leads. Speaking of which, did anything, weird happen before or after the earthquake? Like, were there any suspicious people walking around? Suspicious people? Come to think of it, Chesley mentioned something about a strange man yesterday. He is cleaning the roof if you want to hear the details from him. Chesley on the roof? Very well. Thanks for helping us out, sir. Not at all. Good luck. Alright, Talbot was a nice guy. Chesley had mentioned something about spotting a suspicious figure yesterday. He's cleaning up on the roof, so you should go ask him for the details. And it's gonna be the sunglasses guy, right? You know, we're being set up with the next Ouroboros guy, right? You know? Like, this isn't me critiquing the game, of course, but, you know, I gotta call out the formula when I sees it, you know? Now, how did you... Yeah, you access the roof from here. Okay, of course.
Huh, what a mess, right? The tremors from that earthquake were something else.
Yep. Can we go? We don't have any business on the capital side. Let's hurry up and finish our questioning. Now, you can't blame a guy for checking, you know? Alright, rooftop access. Oh no, this is a parapet wall access. Okay, well I hope I'm still on the right track, though. I hope this is the correct way to get up on the top. It's quite the route. Why would you build it like this, I wonder? I am actually curious. Is there any, like, actual benefit, real-life benefit to building a fortress with a giant winding track like this? I don't know. If anybody's a fortification building person, let me know. But that was scary. I almost fell. This guy had climbed atop the wall when the earthquake hit. He was so shocked by the shaking, he almost fell. Had the earthquake been any stronger, he might have really fallen. At least you're lucky in one way, Anton. Yep. Good. That's not the guy we're looking for. Chesley here with the flagpole. That's, again, missing. Chesley!
Huh? Who are you guys?
You're Private Chesley, right? We're from the Bracer Guild, Private Chesley. May we ask you a few questions about the earthquake that happened recently? Estelle's group asked about the suspicious man Chesley saw.
Oh, right, that guy from yesterday. I don't know if he has anything to do with the earthquake, but I did see a tall man with black sunglasses around.
Oh, Chesley, very worldly, this Chesley. He knows what sunglasses are. Cool. I knew it.
It must be the same man seen at the Wolf Fort. Sir, did you see what this man was doing?
Well, he seemed like kind of a tourist, really. Looked at the scenery for a bit, then came down. He sort of caught my attention since you don't see glasses like his often. He didn't say anything to me and walked off, though. I didn't have a chance to talk to him.
Huh, okay. Did anyone else see this guy, maybe?
You know, that's where it gets weird thinking about it. I brought the guy up at dinner since he was kinda weird, but practically nobody else even saw the guy. The only one who remembered seeing him was Tammy, who works in the mess hall.
Unlike the Wolf Fort, this gate sees quite a bit of traffic. And yet, despite this, there are only 2 witnesses? How wonderfully spooky.
Spooky or not, it would be a good idea to talk to this Tammy and see what she knows. You said she's in the mess hall, correct? Thanks, Chesley. You were a big help.
No problem. And yeah, she should be in the mess hall. Good luck with your investigation.
Good talk.
Tammy said she saw that weird guy. She works at the cafeteria, so why don't you go ask her?
We've actually talked to Tammy already. She was the stressed out maid. So let's see if she's unwound a little bit since 5 minutes ago. Whoa. All right. I like this mystery. It's building up interestingly. I'm curious to see where we end up going, right? Because there was the one convenient place we hadn't been to that was a good dungeon in Genus Royal Academy, the old schoolhouse. But is there one in Zeiss? Maybe whatever that cave triangle behind Elmo is, maybe we're going to end up going there eventually? I don't know. I'm trying to remember the spots we visited in the different regions that we haven't been to otherwise. Roland does not have one as far as I can tell. I'm pretty sure there's nothing secret to be found in Roland, so it would have to be an entirely new, mega hidden on the map place. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, is this guy ready to go? He is ready to go. Let's stop by here real quick.
Hey, welcome. We're open for business. Somehow. Please, go ahead and try our new menu. You won't be disappointed.
First, let's check here. Ooh, a passion omelette. Wow, cures 200. My goodness. It's only 200, so you can see the benefit, actually. It's cheap to buy at the store, you know, here. But I imagine the cost in items is going to be pretty extreme, so we'll see. But yeah, let's pop that passion omelette du fromage. Oh, we were actually a little bit off with Estelle's health, so that was super worth it. That's kind of fun. Yeah, needs a couple fresh eggs, quite a bit of kibbled salt, quite a bit of black pepper and red pepper, and some bird eggs. The bird eggs, the difficult part. But okay. Intense flavor excites the eye nerves. That's why it cures blind. Okay, that's pretty fun. This one's crazy, this premium herb tea. Look at the, benefit. Whoa. Anyway, then there's the macho meat stew.
Ooh, I'm feeling some macho.
So this has to be a sit-down food, right? Yep. Pot full of meat. Lots of meat. Stupid amounts of meat. Okay. That is quite demanding. Aged miso, vintage wine, marbled steak, those cost like crazy. And I think the miso was a bit expensive too. Black pepper, red pepper, fish fillet, tender poultry, and beast flesh. Yeah, that's white meat, red meat, and fish. Wow, that is quite a bit of sex selection. And then whatever the hell beast flesh is. Good though.
Phew, all clean again, thank the goddess. Huh?
You're Tammy, yes? We're from the Bracer Guild. You mind if we ask you a couple questions? Estelle's party asked Tammy about the man in sunglasses she saw.
Oh, him, yeah. I passed by him on the second floor in the hallway yesterday. I think he was coming down from the roof.
That would match what our soldier friend said, yes. Did you exchange any words when you passed?
Well, I did say hello. He just kinda grinned in response and said, yo. Ooh, just thinking about it makes me all tingly again. He was so wild.
Okay. Well, the sunglasses will do it, I guess. I think I'm starting to get a picture of him. Do you remember what he was wearing?
He had this dark suit, but opened really casually at the chest, right? Oh, he looked amazing in it. Oh, and he was wearing a pair of black gloves, I think.
So, sunglasses, a dark suit, and black gloves. Right. Now, I think the important thing is, did he have something underneath his open jacket, or was his meaty pecs there for all to see? Because if that's the case, no wonder Tammy was smitten by this dude. I'm making a lot of assumptions here that his pecs are, in fact, impressive and meaty. We'll see. This guy might as well wear a sign on his head saying, "I am sinister. Be suspicious of my evil ways."
Oh, I wouldn't say suspicious. He just had a scent of, danger about him. You know, that dangerous tough guy charm, right?
Right. Anyway, so you just passed by and said hi and didn't see him afterward, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. I, chased after him a little bit. I thought we could, get to know each other, or... Anyway, I lost track of him in a weird way.
A weird way? How so?
It'll be easier to show you. Follow me. Excuse me, Sanders, can I step out for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead. Just get back before the dinner rush.
Alright. Where are we? Is this on the second floor?
So this is where I passed him, right here. He went walking in this direction. I turned to follow him after a moment, figuring I'd chat with him, right?
Okay. Yeah, we went this way. Okay.
When I turned, I saw that door over there closing. So I thought, he must have stepped out. Here's my chance to talk to him before he leaves. So I followed him, but...
And this leads onto the parapets on the southern side, or the southeast side of the gate. And there's really nothing here. So if she now says that he just kind of vanished... Yeah, it's unlikely, unless he's a very good parkour guy and jumped off onto those treetops, I guess is the other option, but yeah.
By the time I screwed up my courage and came out, he was nowhere to be seen. In other words, I lost him, but I lost him here.
Lost?
But wait a sec.
How is that possible? This is a dead end, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's no way he could have jumped down from this height, right? I figured I made a mistake and thought he went elsewhere. I looked all over Sanktheim for him, but I never saw him. Kinda makes me want to jump off the end there. I missed my chance!
Oh, you poor kitten. If it would please you, I could help you forget such lesser men.
Knock it off. No one deserves that kind of trauma. I think we have a fairly good idea of what happened now. You were a big help. Thank you again.
You're welcome. So, is he some kind of wanted man? A super skilled, cold-blooded assassin on the run from the Bracer Guild?
I don't know about that, but he's definitely a dangerous guy. Look, if you see him again, don't go near him, okay? Trust me.
But he's so cool. Oh, well. Anyway, I've got some things to prepare, so excuse me. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Mysterious. So how do we solve this riddle, right? It wouldn't make sense for there to be a secret Ouroboros base here. Well, I guess, Bleu Blanc knew about the hidden dungeon in the old school building, so if there was a secret dungeon built into Sanktheim Gate, maybe this Ouroboros guy would know about it? I don't know.
There's no way he could have jumped down from this height, huh? Estelle, does that remind you of anyone?
Yeah. Oh! I was thinking Bleu Blanc, because he's just like a fancy guy, but okay. Huh. That silver-haired monster who jumped off the top of Gransel Castle. The man we know as Lawrence. Who I think is the guy we've seen now called was like Lou. We saw in like the one like big sort of spoilery what is it, Ouroboros cutscene, between chapter 0 and 1. I remember like checking, like, was that the guy, Lou and Lawrence? I think it's the same guy, so yeah. If the other ones are like him, I think they could jump from here and survive. Yes. I think it's safe to assume we know who our wild sunglasses man is. Okay, so we're now making the theory it's not Lo, but some other Ouroboros guy who also has generic anime villain powers, so you can just survive jumps, enhanced human abilities.
Another enforcer of Ouroboros, just like the Phantom Thief, then.
I feel pretty confident saying that at this point, yes. I also feel confident saying we're done with investigating. Well, let's return to the guild house. Now, I have to say, guys, we're at the end of the episode here, and conveniently the game gives us a pause here, so... I don't know, maybe this time we get to walk normally back to Zeiss? Or maybe we'll be whisked away by another cutscene? At this point, I'm happy with either. I was feeling a little like, oh, come on, when we had to go back from Wolf Fort to Zeiss. For what it looked like we'd have to go back to from Wolf Fort to Zeiss, because we had just made that journey. But now, after this extended sojourn, maybe a walk back to Zeiss is nice. A nice Zeiss walk. But we might also get hit with a giant cutscene that whisks us into something crazy, so I'm gonna call it here, because this is a really good moment to say an ending for the episode. So, things get intriguing. We now have a suspect, and an interesting one too, and it's also getting a little bit scary as the power of the earthquake keeps increasing, so I don't know how we're gonna investigate this sunglass man next time, but... if I had to be a gambling man, I would say we will be going to Elmo next, because now that I noticed that cave marked there, and I'm pretty sure we never explored any dungeon over there in Elmo, I'm gonna guess we're gonna end up going there. It's just a wild toss from yours truly. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, we'll see what comes next in our mystery investigation. Oh, you know what is gonna come next? I bet around this point is when they hit us with new side quests, so after we get a briefing from Kilika, we'll probably do side quests next time, right? Maybe, probably. Oh, boy, we went really quickly with the main quest, huh? Well. But yeah, look forward to all that next time, guys, so, yeah, see you then. Bye-bye!